Hi, thank you so much for clicking in on this video. I so much appreciate that. This is a divine feminine reading and it's for the collective. So if you identify as a divine feminine, which I always say is a divine manifester, so it's not gender specific on female or male or they or it or whatever you want to be, whatever it is that you identify as, it's more about energy and manifesting and manifestors are people that are able to draw in energy from around, draw in opportunities. Like if you say you want to do something, all of a sudden an opportunity pops up. If you say you want to get a new job, all of a sudden the right job starts hiring, like, the next day or a week or however long it takes. Um, and they're able to draw in abundance, and abundance isn't just about money. Abundance is about peace, love. It can be about money, and opportunities, whatever they may be. So if you're somebody that can do that, I call you a divine manifester, which is a a divine feminine. So this reading is going to be for today, May 1st, and it's probably going to go into a little bit of tonight, and also a little bit into tomorrow as well. Um, what I've got is today is a new day. Remember that today is the beginning of Pluto retrograde, and it went retrograde into Aquarius. We are also in the middle of Mercury retrograde. So, um, these two energies together, and we're also at the beginning of a new month. So all of this energy together, today is a new day. That's the energy that I feel divine feminine in. I feel like, we're on to new journeys, new adventures, all that kind of stuff. And I feel a bit of excitement about it, around it. There's definitely excitement, there's joy, there's love. um, I do feel like, divine feminine, a lot of you have been on your journey alone for a while. So you're coming into partnerships, business partnerships, family partnerships, love partnerships, all of that kind of stuff. You're coming into that energy of, okay, now I would like to share my palace, share my abundance, with those that are deserving and that respect your energy, all that kind of stuff. This is a four-part reading. The first part, we're going to be looking into spiritual messages. Those spiritual messages are going to be from your guides. They're going to be from your ancestors. They're going to be from angels, and they're going to be from God, creator of the universe. The second part of the reading, we're going to be looking into your emotions and which is your intuition. And those are messages from between you and your higher self, but mainly messages from your higher self. And then we're going to be looking into the mind. So, how you're mentally processing everything, how you're mentally processing this today, what's going on in your mind. And we're going to hone all of that into the physical, with kind of how actions that are going to be happening, and then also spiritual advice, for what you should be doing, what you should be focusing on for today. Okay. So let's head into it. First part is the spiritual messages from your guides, from your ancestors, from angels, um, and also God. So, a big energy that we're in. The basis is a king of wands. Now, this could be your energy, divine feminine. This is somebody who wants something and they go and they get it. A very motivated, passionate. I hope that you can see it. I know there's a lot of light, but you see that he has his wand facing forward, pointing to his direction on where he's going to go, and he's going to get there. So this is a big energy of achievement, of achieving something that you've wanted to do, and not letting anything get in your way. And that's justice. The center energy on that is justice. It's justice that you've gotten to this point. I think what I feel, divine feminine, is a lot of times you have put your needs, you have put what you wanted to do aside for other people, And now you're not doing that anymore because there's things that you do have to achieve even for yourself. And that's so there's a justice energy when it comes to that, as far as you're giving yourself justice by doing that. And also, whatever needs to be cut off for you to do that, it's justice. You don't need to feel guilty about it or anything like that. It's justice. In the recent past, there's the Six of Pentacles energy. So that's about give and take, things that you were giving, things that you were taking, or something that was given to you, advice that was given to you from your guides, and from your angels and ancestors and God. You've been pushed into this direction. Now we're at the Eight of Cups energy, Eight of Chalices. I always like to look at this card, and he's performing in front of everybody, and everybody has a different reaction. So you taking this step on yourself, everybody's going to have a different reaction to it. Some people aren't going to like it because they benefited from you working on them and helping them. So some people, they're not going to like it. Some people are going to be happy for you. Some people are going to feel mixed about it, and some people are not going to care. But the whole point of that card, because this is about you moving forward anyway. This is about you doing what you want anyway, despite what anybody else thinks. It's this energy of it doesn't matter if you like it or not, I'm going to do it anyway. It's my path. I want to do it, and I'm going to achieve, right? In the near future, which is going to be later on tonight, probably into tomorrow, we have the Star. So you have these Star talks about belief, strong belief, believing in something so hard that it happens, believing in that's with manifestation. That's part of manifesting something towards you, believing in something so much that you bring it, you will it towards you with your energy. And then we have the Seven of Wands. And whatever that you willed towards you, whatever that you brought towards you, you're defending it. You're being on the defense about it. You're not going to allow people to come in and take it from you, basically. Okay. So now we're going to look into the emotional piece, the intuitive piece. And remember that this is messages from your higher self to you. So this is your intuition, what you're feeling with all these messages coming down. How are you translating it with your intuition? So at the bottom, we have the Queen of Wands. So we had the King of Wands. This is getting and achieving a goal. Getting whatever goal that you set in front of you, you are going to achieve. You have the backing for this. In your intuition, you had the Queen energy, the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, she creates. She's the manifester. She creates around her. She creates opportunities from thin air. Very, very passionate energy. What she wants, it appears. That's the basis of what your intuition is saying. So your intuition is really talking about believing in yourself, knowing that you can bring in whatever it is that you want. Make sure that you evaluate what you want, though. But you can bring in anything that you want, Divine Feminine. Now, in the center energy, we have 3 cards, and they're all upside down. Remember when I just said evaluate what you want? King of Swords upside down. This is somebody who's harsh. This is somebody who has harsh judgment. Okay? Somebody who's like, okay, they may be a little bit mean, they're very cold, and they may be a little bit manipulating when it comes to trying to manipulate the way that you think. This is the center energy. There may be an energy of what I'm feeling is somebody may be a little bit harsh. Somebody may be harsh towards you. or something. Maybe somebody's trying to have you doubt yourself, or this may be somebody in the past that has done this. It created a lot of imbalance because we have temperance upside down. So it created a lot of imbalance, and it kind of got you stuck. The Hanged Man upside down. Really want you to look at that Pluto retrograde reading that I just did, because this is talk. I mean, we went into more detail about this. This is all coming out because of Pluto going retrograde. Okay. So this could be somebody that is in the now, or this could be somebody in the past, but somebody who in their masculine energy um, was trying to make you doubt yourself. And it made you pause on something, as far as making something, creating something, bringing something. And that's coming to the surface right now. There also is some sort of a balance happening that's being had, as far as from a spiritual point of view. There is a justice that's happening with that center energy. Let's move forward. In the recent past, we have the sun. So this is something that was illuminated, something that because there's been some good energy. You in the recent past, you've got to a point where you believe in yourself, and you know your worth. Your worth has been revealed to you. You know what I mean? And it makes sense now. It makes sense why somebody would make you doubt yourself, why somebody would spend their time to make you doubt yourself, right? Because if somebody is not going to be successful, I'm not going to spend my time to tell you that you're not going to be successful. You're just not going to be successful, right? But if somebody is going to be successful, then that's when somebody would take their time out to make them doubt themselves, make them feel some kind of way. And then there's also been some illumination on this, as far as intuitively you've gotten messages about the effects that this person had on you. Whether or not that's, this person now, you knew this person recently, you knew this person in the past from your childhood, whatever this person represents. And then you're in the energy intuitively in the Six of Pentacles. Remember, the Six of Pentacles is the giving and the receiving. So something is coming down to you, something is coming. And Spirit has had it, something stable is coming. Now, for some of you, it can be money. For some of you, it's a relationship with somebody. For others of you, it could be anything, but it has to deal with material, money, family, family and friendships that are like family, um, and wisdom, morals, whatever that may be. But it's coming in. Intuitively, you're in the energy of, you can feel that. You can feel it coming in. You know it's coming in. And this may be too, because the King of Swords, of course, swords energy is very logical. It's air, right? And fire energy is very passionate. It's the action of emotion. It's emotion in action. Emotions move within us. Passion moves outside of us. So whatever it is, how you achieve something, it's not very, it's I do have a feeling it doesn't seem very logical to this person. So they make you doubt yourself. For some of you, they made you doubt yourself on purpose. For some of you, they may not have made you doubt yourself, or putting in the doubt on purpose. It just may be like, it doesn't seem very, something doesn't seem very logical here. But with it being upside down, they might have done it in a harsh, they did it in a very, very harsh way. Not a little bit harsh, a very, very harsh. In the near future, you're going to have to be balancing something. Two of Pentacles. Balancing more than one thing. Okay? Balancing business and working, balancing having children and family, balancing But whatever it is, it's a balancing thing. You have a lot on your plate. Even it could be balancing your emotions and going after this passion, right? And then we have the Page of Wands. You go after something that you wanted to go after, and you haven't had the time to go after it, or something's been stopping you from going after it. You Page of Wands on that journey. Page of Wands is a novice energy, so this is talking about something that you've never done before. Something that you've never done before. You probably wanted to do it, but you never actually did it before. You go on to that journey. Let's take a deeper look into that. You've had to achieve. So the basis of this is Nine of Swords. So this is talking about anxieties, okay? Anxieties and nightmares, along with the Tower upside down. Holding on to those anxieties and nightmares instead of letting them go. The fear. Letting them go so you can grow something else. Seven of Pentacles. And it created injustice because we have the Justice card upside down. So whatever it was that you wanted to go after, but you were afraid to, the fact that you didn't go after it created imbalance. It created imbalance, okay? It wasn't justice. It's your path. It's your path that you probably chose before you were even born. Five of Pentacles, thinking in the past that you didn't have enough to achieve it. You don't have enough schooling. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough support. You don't have this together. You don't have that together. Really feeling like you don't have enough to go forward. I would do it, but I would do this, but I would go after it, but excuses. Now you're in a different mentality with this Ace of Swords. You realize you do have enough and that you can bring in resources as a divine man, as a divine feminine, and as a divine manifester. You're in the energy of, I can bring it. Whatever I don't have, I can get, right? I can manifest it. I can pull it towards me. Now, in the near future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. There's a bit of imbalance in this, and this has to go with the Two of Pentacles too. There's some instability a little bit. When I look at the Ten of Pentacles, I always think about instability, but something with a home, something with family in the home needs to be balanced out. And it may be, and it's connected to this King of Swords upside down, this harsh judger. Somebody made very harsh judgment on you, Divine Feminine. Like somebody really didn't know. It's like, and I feel like it's a family member, but somebody made some really, it's either a family member or they're connected in family somehow by marriage or something like that. But they made some really harsh judgment on you, and you did care about this person. You cared about this person a lot, and they put this harsh judgment on you, and it possibly could be because they didn't have enough, they didn't really know you that well. Like they knew you, but they also didn't know aspects of you that well, or they may not have known the whole situation or something, but they made a judgment on it, and the judgment was very, very harsh. It was very cold, and they made that on you without hearing your side. They made it on you without really, I don't even know if this person really realizes how harsh their judgment was, and how harsh and how mean that they were, and how it affected you. And it created a lot of imbalance, and it created unfinished business. I'll be honest with you, it created a lot of unfinished business. And in the near future, that's something that you're going to be balancing out, which in your family, in your community, because this is 10 of Pentacles is also talking about community. Not only do you go, and this is why we had the Two of Pentacles, because not only do you go after a passion that you've never had before because of this fear, because of whatever this person said, and might have been an elder to you, they might have been older to you, but then you come into this Page of Pentacles energy. So now you come back into this community ready to, I mean, there's a lot of healing that happens, and you learn how to heal. You learn this. You take whatever it is that takes to balance this out, you end up using it in your future to move forward. Now we're going to look a little bit further into this too, but somebody didn't offer, and this has to deal with the healing piece. Somebody didn't make an emotional offer, maybe because they saw you as too independent or they were too independent. Nine of Pentacles. They felt like they didn't need you. They either felt like they didn't need you or they felt like you didn't need them. So they never made an offer. Now this is with the healing piece, because we talked about believing in yourself first, as far as with your intuition, believing in yourself. And then we talked about going on to this new journey as far as on a new passion with healing. And now we're talking about, as you're going on to this new passion, you're stabilizing it somehow with this healing. And this healing is coming from it's almost like this is the other person's side, as far as you learn your lessons in the situation, but you also learn the other person's lesson in the situation as well. And this person, what I'm feeling is they were very prideful. They felt like you didn't need them, so they're not going to make an offer. Or they didn't need you, so they're not going to make an offer. The Emperor in the Emperor is the center energy. So either they had support from an emperor or you had support from an emperor, somebody who makes decisions, somebody who ties you guys together, a masculine energy that ties you guys together. Doesn't have to be gender specific, but it has to be somebody with enough power that when they make a decision, it affects other people and they take their job very seriously. And it's the number 4. So he stabilizes. The center energy is this masculine. So either they felt they're not going to make the offer because they have an emperor, or they felt like they had the emperor on their side somehow. And I'm just saying what I'm hearing off of this other person. Or they didn't make the offer because they felt like you had the emperor, but it's a masculine that's in between you guys. An emperor energy, a head of the family, could be an older man. So this man is going to be older or wise, very wise, but is the head of the situation. We have the Devil upside down. So this is needing to be released from old habits, released from old ways. This whole thinking of, being so prideful that you don't offer something needs to be let go, because whoever has that, this person that has that, it didn't do them any good. It doesn't do any good to be so prideful that you can't admit when you're wrong. It doesn't do any good to be so prideful that you can't make an apology or you can't heal with somebody. You just have to walk away. It doesn't do anybody any good. And the person that is holding on to it suffers. Now we're at the Ace of Pentacles here. Okay, look here. There's a new beginning of some kind. Something opening up. This ace is what makes this a 10. They may be so independent, but there's always something missing with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is not complete. The 10 of Pentacles is complete. And the 10 of Pentacles is upside down. But the Nine of Pentacles is right side up. You know what that means? That means somebody has all the Nine of Pentacles and they're still not happy. Somebody is independent and they're still feeling alone. Somebody has seems like they have the whole deck of cards, but they don't got the Joker, and so they're incomplete. So this Ace of Pentacles is very important, even though it's one. It's one that leads to something new. It's one that leads to a whole nother set of 10 of Pentacles. It's very important. And that's what the center energy is. Your value, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, you are this Ace of Pentacles. You are the gift. Aces are gifts from God. You are the gift. And no matter how much somebody has, they will always be incomplete without that last pentacle. And we have an energy here going back in the past, Six of Cups upside down and Six of Cups upside down and Seven of Cups upside down. So this is going back in the past, looking into the memories, kind of, staying there for a little bit, and then also looking at it without any illusions. So there's a lot that comes out here. There's a lot of revealing. There's a misunderstanding that becomes clear, and it's something that happened in the past. And then we end up with the Moon upside down. There's still an energy of there's a lot that's hidden. There's something that's hidden. There's a lot of other questions. You know what I mean? And remember, this is just intuition that you have with your higher self. So these are spiritual messages that are coming into you. It's not necessarily you having a conversation with this person. It's just kind of where your mind goes to. So intuitively, as far as we haven't gotten into the mental piece, and then we haven't gotten into the action piece. So this is the beginning. How this all affects into the physical may take like a month. It could take 6 months. I'll be honest with you. It could. But these messages are so important today. Today is a new day. Just remember that today is a new day. So whatever happened in the past, whatever harsh judgment that happened, all of that, today is a new day. But there's still some mystery because what I'm feeling is you still have to physically talk to this person. But intuitively, this is what your intuition is saying. This is what your higher self is saying. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look into the mental piece. How are you mentally processing everything? So there's, at the basis here is there's a lot that hasn't been said. Okay. There's a lot that hasn't been said. 8 of Wands upside down. 8 of Swords upside down. So it has somebody stuck in their mind. I think it's both of you, both sides. And then there's 6 of Swords. It's almost like the two sides collectively, both together, want to go to mental peace. They want to go to mental peace because without having the information, You know what I mean? It's a lot of unfinished business. That's how unfinished business happens. That's what happens when things like this happen and there's no healing. The energy is not complete. And in order to get it complete, there has to be a conversation. There has to be a reunion. There has to be, hey, this is where I was coming from. Hear me out. This is where they were coming from. Hear them out. And that's the truth. And whether or not it's good or bad, you're able to get into mental peace with that. You start journeying towards that. It's closure of the situation. Whether or not you stay into contact with this person in the future afterwards or you don't, but you get closure in the situation. It's a big focus here. It's a big focus. Magician, that's the center energy. There's a huge focus on it. And I'll be honest with you, divine feminine, if you're focusing because of this, you could either be focusing on this situation or you're focusing on something else, but it's a bit of a distraction. And maybe it's a needed distraction. I don't know. You got to look at your situation, right? And apply it to how it is in your life. But there's a big focus on that today when your mind. There's a high priestess in the past. So you've gotten a lot of intuitive messages, and we just went through that. But this is intuitive messages, secret knowledge, things that aren't said, guidance. That's where your mind was at, probably beginning of today and yesterday, Sunday. Five of Pentacles upside down. This is about thinking about what you lost. That's right now, currently. Probably as you're watching this, you're thinking about what you lost. Did you lose? You're outside in the cold, feeling outside in the cold of a situation, feeling ostracized in a situation. That's with the five. Is it going to change? Is it not going to change? And things are incomplete. We have the world upside down. Things are incomplete. This is the energy for later on tonight, going in tomorrow morning, feeling like unfinished business, thinking in your mind is unfinished business. That's where that Eight of Swords came in. You've got your mind on it. Ultimately, we have the Death card. Something rapidly changes. You come into a different mindset. That's in the intuition. Right now, your intuition is telling you, hey, it's not forever. That's where it comes in. Mentally, you click into that. It's not forever. I guess the situation is done. Right? And mentally, that's where you're at. Ultimately. And that's going to be at the end of 24 hours from this video. Okay. So now we're going to look into the last part of the reading. In this part of the reading, we're going to look into spiritual advice. When we're looking at spiritual advice, we're also looking into actions. What are you going to be doing? And what's the advice? Ooh. That's the Star card. So based off of a God of Wands upside down. So now we did have the King of Wands when we're talking about spiritual messages and everything. Now for the advice, there's the opposite piece. So whenever I say an opposite piece, what I'm talking about is always to every situation, there's opposites. So if you have a King of Wands, I guarantee you somewhere in that situation, there's a King of Wands upside down, because that's how things stay even in our lives. That's just the balance of the universe, right? So this person is a different person, but they have somewhat of the same energy field. They have that same fiery energy, but this person uses that fiery energy to get what they want, but they're a little bit more in a narcissistic way. So they get what they want because they want it. They don't think about other people. They don't mind hurting other people to do it. And this person, they were trying to get this 10 of cups, but they can't get that 10 of cups in that energy. You can't get 10 of cups energy, which 10 of cups talks about emotional happiness, having a family, um, being happy, uh, having the house, or not necessarily the house. It's not necessarily about materials, but it's about love. So having a spouse, having kids, having family, having all of that, but you're not able to get, I mean, people don't really want to have that with somebody who is selfish, right? And that's the thing. A whole tower came down on that situation. So whatever 10 of cups, whatever family that they ended up like, okay, I got my spouse and I got my kids and I got my dog and I got this, but because they went about it negatively, a tower comes down because they didn't put the energy in building a solid foundation. You may have, this person may have a spouse, but the spouse isn't necessarily loyal to them because they just got a spouse to get a spouse. They didn't get a spouse because they met somebody that inspired them to be in a relationship. That's different than you, Divine Feminine. They got kids just to have kids. They didn't have kids. They didn't have kids because they wanted kids. They got kids because they wanted the picture. And so there's no substance. There's nothing there to hold their tower up, hold their house together. They're founded, they have a stone. Look at this. This tower is built on a cloud. And all it takes is some lightning and some rain to make it heavier, and you're gonna come down. It's not built on the ground. Light is on this. The sun. It's revealed. And that's what it was supposed to be. That's what is supposed to happen. That's what the sun is saying. Sun came up after the storm. So this wasn't quiet either. This was public. This is based on, people are seeing this. This is a public embarrassment for this person. And that's the basis of when it comes to action, okay? I think that today I am going to start, and this is just a side note. I think today, either today or tomorrow, I think I'm going to start doing karmic readings just to see the other side, because they do, this is a significant energy that I think that I want to get into a little bit further, um so that you can feel the other side of what's, I mean, you can see the other side of what's pushing, the opposite that's pushing, right? But this person wants the same thing that you do. They just go about it in a different way. Where you are the King of Wands energy right side up, they are the King of Wands energy upside down. But you both want the same thing. You both want love. You both want a family. You both want, success, emotional success with people and relationships that you have. But you go about it in the wrong way. I mean, not you. The karmic goes about it in the wrong way. But that's why the star card came out, because one thing that you have is you have belief. This person acts like this because this person doesn't believe that they deserve it. That's why they act that way. They don't believe that they deserve it. They don't believe that they can just have it. They think that something may be wrong with them. They know something. They don't believe in themselves. So they shuck and they drive and they jive and they cheat people and they treat people horrible because they don't think that they can get it with them being authentically themselves. And that's the opposite with you, because you have belief in yourself. You believe that you deserve love. You believe that you deserve authentic relationships, and you believe that you can do that authentically being yourself. That takes tremendous courage. And this person, whoever that this person represents, and this person, I don't necessarily feel that they are the same person of the King of Swords. For some of you, it could be. I'll be honest with you. For some of you, it could be. For some of you, it could be somebody else. But whatever this person that popped up now in the base of actions that you should take, Spirit is saying that person is a lesson. Whatever you may be thinking, why is this popping up? Why do I see this? Why am I dealing with this person? This person is a lesson. That's why it's public. Spirit is using this person as a lesson for everybody to look around and say, hey, look, if you try and get love like this person does, this is the same result that's going to happen. This is the karma that you're going to be getting into your life. So let's look at the center energy. The center energy is a 9 of Wands upside down, along with the High Priestess. High Priestess talks about intuition and hidden knowledge. This 9 of Wands, whatever the struggles that it was, you don't see the stuff that this person fights. And I don't know why this individual is popping up into the advice right now. Today is a new day. Remember the title, Today is a New Day. But you don't necessarily see it, like how they got to that point. But what's visible is the tower crashing. But you intuitively know it. And you may have had a belief that it was going to happen. You probably already knew. Just because the way this person was going, you knew. In the past, we have 2 of Swords. That's probably why Spirit has not really necessarily wanted you to cut too many ties with this person, because Spirit is wanting you to see something as far as a lesson. This is your focus. And remember, the advice was you're going to go intuitively being pushed into healing something. So you're going to see whatever this situation is, it's the opposite situation. Now, this may be somebody that you don't know. Maybe this might come up in the news or something because it is broadcasted. But I feel like for a lot of you, it is somebody that you know. And like I said, is you guys want the same thing, but they went about it in a whole different way. And Spirit's wanting you to see, but I think it's somebody that you know personally. Because that's why Spirit, if you Spirit didn't want, where I think normally you may have completely blocked any sort of way for this person to communicate or for this person to speak to you or whatever. There's some sort of opening, but that opening in intuitively, you made that decision intuitively, but that's so you can see this, because it's supposed to be a lesson of what happens when you don't heal something. Right now, we have the Hierophant and the Magician. So focus on doing something new. You're guided into a different focus, a new focus. You're guided into a new, healthier habit. And in the near future, we have the 10 of Wands and the Fool upside down, letting go of these burdens and don't take a chance on holding these burdens. Let go of them. Come to a completion. You've been holding on to it for long enough. Whatever happened in the past, you've been holding on to it long enough. You need to let it go. Don't take a chance on, I'm not going to talk to this person, or I'm not going to heal anything because I can do it on my own. I can make it on my own. Don't do that. because that's what this King of Wands upside down, that's how they started off. They started off that way, and they kept going and they kept going and they kept going and they paid the price for it. And Nine of Swords, ultimately coming to the end of anxiety, getting through that fear. Ultimately, that's what it's going to be. You're going to be getting through a fear. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be necessary and you're going to get through it. Because also one thing, yes, this is the nightmare card. Yes, this is the anxiety card. Yes, this is a card about fear, but it's also the number one, the number 9, which means endings. Believe that you can go through it because today is a new day. Okay. All right, Divine Feminine, but that's what I have for today. I will see you again tomorrow. I'm going to come back on here, do Divine Masculine. And like I said, I may start doing, I did do a Pluto retrograde reading earlier today, so don't forget to check that out. But I may start doing karmic readings today. If I don't, hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to hope to start doing that this week, especially with I think it's going to be prominent and be very, very helpful too. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I so much appreciate your time and everything. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.